My name is Kara Bornemus, and I focused my lesson on healthy foods and healthy eating, and the students are going to discuss and explore different kinds of healthy foods in 5 different stations that I have created. My 3 key points are children and adults both retain the most information while they're using their senses. Giving children the opportunities to use their senses is crucial in their brain development. And my last key point is children use their senses to figure out the world. For my physical domain of the stations, the students are going to read a note card explaining that eating healthy is good for their brain and body. And there's going to be a different note card reminding them at each of the stations that I have created, and it'll just be worded differently. With the cognitive domain, my students are going to engage with their classmates, and they are going to recall things that they have eaten before that are similar to the different fruits that I have provided, and they will emphasize this to their group mates. With the social domain, students will communicate with their group members and understand that they identify as the same group. They are going to build the relationship with their group mates, and they are going to learn how to work together and listen to each other as they answer the questions provided at each station. With the emotional domain, again, the students are going to build a relationship with their classmates by working together and communicating. By letting the students go one by one and answering the questions, they're learning to respect and trust their group mates, and they're going to listen to what they have to say and what they have to talk about. With the language and literacy domain, the students are going to put sentences together to speak with their group members while answering the assigned questions. The students are not going to be able to just give a sentence fragment and answer in 1 or 2 words. They are going to have to put sentences together to explain to their classmates what they think. For my aesthetic domain, the students are going to describe the colors of the fruit, if they're bright, dull, and they're going to explain what they like and what they don't like. I'm going to make sure everything is neatly organized, and I'm going to make sure that everything is easily accessible. Now, these are my 6 quotes that I have picked to show for each of the domains. One of the quotes read, "In terms of education, it refers to the ability to perceive through the senses, be sensitive to, and appreciate the beauty in nature and creations in the arts," and that is for the aesthetic domain. For the teacher materials, everything is going to come prepared and already sliced, but the teacher will have to buy some fruit, and the fruit that they will need is kiwi, pineapples, watermelon, and bananas. I picked these fruits because everything is a different color and a different texture. For this project and stations, the students aren't going to need much. The only thing they're going to need is a pencil and a notebook that is provided from the beginning of the year when they brought supplies, and this is just going to be for them to record observations and write down important things. Okay, so for my first station, it's going to involve the children's smell, and they're going to smell the food and describe to their group mates what they smell. The second station is sight, and they are going to see if it's anything they've eaten before or similar to that, and they will explain that to their group mates. Station 3 is going to be with me in the front of the room, and the students are going to listen to me prepare and listen to me move around the fruit and see if they hear anything in particular. And Station 4 is going to be all about texture. The students are going to feel different fruits unsliced, and they're going to describe to their group mates what kind of texture that they feel. The last station is going to involve taste, and it's going to be the question, what does the food you are eating taste like? Now, I'm not going to just let the students say that this tastes good or this tastes bad. They have to use adjectives, and they have to describe with words like sweet or salty or sour. The procedures I'm going to follow, most importantly, is making sure the fruit I'm picking has no allergies in the classroom to make sure all the students are safe. There's going to be enough distance between each station. All the fruit will be cut prior to the kids entering, and each area will be carefully disinfected by me or the janitor. When it comes to student engagement, the students are going to be discussing with their group members at each station what they are observing. It's not an individual assignment, and it's not just for them to work silently. They are going to be discussing, and the students are going to be encouraged to talk. I'm going to make sure that they talk, and they will explain what they are feeling. At each station, there is going to be a set of directions with how I want the kids to go through that station. There's going to be a small direction sheet taped to each station, and there will be a set of questions that the students are to answer at the station. They are not going to write the answers down. They are going to discuss their answers with their group mates. The stations will take about half of the class time, so the students are going to spend 5 to 7 minutes each at the station. This gives the kids a chance to each talk, and they're going to speak individually rather than rushing and just hearing one person talk. After I have walked around and listened and made sure that everybody has went through each station, I'm going to excitingly announce to the class that they are to come to the front of the room. I will tell the students that it's time to take a seat, and we're going to make a fruit salad. Lastly, when it comes to assessment, I will be walking around the classroom at each station and making sure that the students are listening and letting their group mates talk along with them talking. I will assess the students by having them write about other foods that look and taste like the food they ate today, and they will name similarities and differences between the fruit that they dealt with.